Konnichiwa. Today I thought we'd read a lovely famous story from Japan called The Peach Boy. There's an old lady who takes her washing to the river to do the washing, and she finds a peach floating down the river. She takes it back home, she shows it to her husband, and out pops a beautiful boy from the peach. He's tiny, but when he grows up, he goes on an adventure to save the town, and he makes friends with a saru, a monkey, an inu, a dog, and a tori, a bird. They go on an adventure to save the town from the marauding oni. Let's see what happens in the end, shall we? Let's read the story. Once upon a time, there lived in Japan a kind old man and his wife. The old man was a woodcutter. He and his wife were very sad and lonely because they had no children yet. One day the old man went into the mountains to cut firewood, and the old woman went to the river to wash clothes. No sooner had the old woman begun her washing than she was very surprised to see a big peach floating down the river. It was the biggest peach she'd ever seen in all her life. She pulled the peach out of the river and decided to take it home and share it with the old man for their supper that night. Late in the afternoon, the old man came home and the old woman said to him, "Look what a wonderful peach I've found for our supper." The old man said it was truly a beautiful peach. He was very hungry and said, "Let's divide it and eat it right away." So the old woman brought a big knife from the kitchen and got ready to cut the peach in half. But just then a human voice called out from inside the peach. "Wait, don't cut me," cried the voice. Suddenly the peach split open and a beautiful baby boy jumped out of the peach. The old man and woman were astounded, but the baby said, "Don't be afraid. The God of heaven saw how lonely you were without any children, so he sent me to be your son." The old man and woman were very happy, and they took the baby to be their son. Since he was born from a peach, they named him momotarou, which means peach boy. They loved Momotarou very much and raised him to be a fine boy. When Momotarou was 15 years old, he said to his mother and father, "You have always been very kind to me. Now I'm grown and I must do something to help our land. In a distant part of the sea is an island named Oni Island. Many wicked Oni live there, and they often come here and do bad things like carrying people away and stealing things, so I'm going to go to Oni Island to fight them and bring back the treasures that they've stolen. Please let me do this." Can you see him here, all growing up? Momotarou's mother and father were surprised to hear this, but they were also very proud of Momotarou for wanting to help other people, so they helped Momotarou get ready for his journey to Oni Island. The old man gave him a sword and some armour, and the old woman fixed him a good lunch of millet dumplings. Then Momotarou began his journey, promising his parents that he would be home soon. Momotarou went walking toward the sea. It was a long way. As he went along, he met a brown dog, an inu. Can you say inu with me? And the dog growled at Momotarou and was about to bite him, but then Momotarou gave him one of his dumplings. And he told the dog that he was going to fight the Oni on Oni Island, so the brown dog said he would go along too to help Momotarou. Momotarou and the brown dog kept on walking, and soon they met a monkey. Can you see the monkey down here? The dog and the monkey started to have a fight, but Momotarou told the monkey that they were going to fight the Oni on Oni Island. And then the monkey asked if he could go too with them. So Momotarou gave the monkey a dumpling and let him join them. Momotarou, the brown dog, and the monkey kept on walking, and soon they met a pheasant or a bird. Can you say toddy with me? Toddy, that's the word for bird. The dog, the monkey, and the pheasant were about to start fighting when Momotarou told the pheasant they were going to fight the Oni on Oni Island. The pheasant asked if he could go too. So Momotarou gave the pheasant a dumpling, which is really like an onigiri, it's a rice ball, and told him to come along with them. So with Momotarou as their general, the brown dog, the monkey, and the pheasant, who usually didn't like each other, became good and faithful friends. They walked a long, long way, and finally they reached the sea. There they built a boat and sailed across the sea to Oni Island. When they came within sight of the island, they could see that the Oni had very strong fort there, and there were many, many Oni. Some of them were red, some were blue, and some were black. First the pheasant flew over the walls of the fort and began to peck at the Oni's heads. The Onis tried to hurt the pheasant, but he was quick and dodged their blows. While the Oni weren't looking, the monkey slipped into the fort and opened the gate, and then Momotarou and the brown dog rushed into the fort. It was a big battle, but they won. And at last the Oni were completely defeated. They bowed down before Momotarou and promised never to do wicked things again. Then they brought Momotarou all the treasure they'd stolen. It was the most wonderful treasure you can imagine. There was gold and silver and many precious jewels. Momotarou and his 3 friends carried all of this back in their boat, and then they put the treasure in a cart and travelled throughout the land, returning to people all the treasure that the Oni had ever stolen. Finally, Momotarou returned to his own home. How happy his father and mother were to see him. They were very rich now, with the remaining treasure that Momotarou had brought back, and they all lived together very, very happily. I hope you enjoyed that story. Sayonara. I'll see you in the next lesson.